Happy Tuesday. You know why it's so hard? Because we make it harder than it is. And we're so bombarded with junk 99% of the time. What we see, corporations constantly just drilling these things down our throat. That we need these foods, that we need those foods, that foods. I was reading this thing yesterday about the true amount of protein that we need, and when I was coming up, and I was pretty, I guess you would consider, yoked between the ages of 20 and like 23, just on another level, just lifting all the time, trying to reach that genetic potential level. There was this thing out there about having all this protein. You gotta have like 200 grams of protein a day. So I was overloading on protein, eating all kinds of red meat. That's part of the reason why I don't eat red meat anymore, because I messed up myself, not digestion wise, backup and all those other, issues. Taking all this protein, all these protein shakes per day. And I'm reading these studies now that aren't influenced by the protein supplement companies, just raw data. And they're saying we only need like, 0.56 grams of protein per pound of body weight. There was another study that was done in that listed the intake versus the kilogram. We don't use that here in the States, so I can't remember exactly what that was, but that's a great thing for someone like myself who has this difficulty in taking enough protein because of the fact that I am, a vegetarian. I don't eat meat, so it makes it very difficult for me to consume even, 100 grams of protein per day. So that, reading that made things a lot, it put things in a perspective for me. And so maybe I'll play around with my diet, maybe not. I'm still gonna be doing the smoothies pretty much the entire, if I start eating like today, if I want to, I can start eating at 9 a.m. or 10, one or the other. And then, I'll have the 500 calorie shake. I try and stretch that out as far as I can. Usually that keeps me satiated for at least like 2-3 hours. On the days where I lift, I'm not lifting today because it's my rest day. We were gonna lift today, but we decided not to. I talked to my training partner about it, and we just think it's better to jump back on it tomorrow, well rested, go the next 2 days in a row, take Friday off, and then Saturday I have chest and conventional. So I don't want to miss conventionals again, because I missed conventionals and sumos like the last 3 weeks because of back pain and changing my workout schedule, and I'm just trying to get myself back focused on my workout schedule. So we're lifting tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, just like we always do. We usually lift Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. And I rode this morning just a little tad bit. I'm going back out today for a little while to film, as long as the weather holds up. I don't want to be out in the rain trying to ride today. I just don't want to take the chance of falling or anything like that, because I'm trying to make these gains in the weights. Not that I'm trying to put the weights before freeboarding, but I don't, I've already been suffering these injuries. I just don't want to take the chance. But back to the protein. That makes things a lot easier, because then you can focus on the protein the second part of the day before you have like your bigger meal or whatever. So what I'm recommending, you don't have to do it, but what I'm recommending is you do the 500 calorie shake, go as long as you can, stretch that, shake out, 2-3 hours if you can, from whatever time you start eating. And then once you have that, once you get super hungry again, have another 500 calorie shake. You know, I don't know if this is gonna work for the ladies because they have less calories that they have to work with. But for dudes my size, or men, you can do the what I'm doing and still have, you know, probably 1,000 calories left over for the latter half of the day. So then you will focus on your protein. You know, so maybe then you would be having like a big thing of broccoli, you know, and maybe some bread or something like that if you need to get some carbs in you. Or, you know, if you used up all your carbs on your bananas or something like that in your shakes, then, you know, then you just have the broccoli. And, you know, if you're a meat eater, have like a big, you know, like helping of some kind of protein. You know, I'm not saying you should go out and eat protein, go out and eat meat, but, or you can also have fish. You know, you can have like, you know, maybe 200 grams of fish, or maybe 200 grams of some kind of protein. So whether it be 200 grams you may have to go 300 grams of broccoli for that third meal. Some nuts, you know, you're not going to get much, you're not going to get very full though off of nuts, but you know, give it a try, and then you have the rest of your calories left over. But that should get you through a very nice chunk of the day. 500 calorie shake, 500 calorie shake. You know, satiating fruits, I suggest more fruity fruits. Apples, berries, oranges, mangoes, pineapple, those kind of things. 500 calories of that. You know, if you want to throw a banana in there, just be careful because it's higher carb and calorie density. Then you know, then after the 2 shakes, when you exhausted those all the way, where you're just like, oh, I have to eat, then you have, you know, a protein. You know, dice it up. You know, if it's eggs, have eggs, put a little, you know, whatever on it you like to put on your eggs. You know, but 200 grams of it. And then, you know, keep your calories, and then worry about the other meals, you know, the rest of your day. But remember, I don't eat after 6 p.m. So, you know, I have a lot of like calories I can work with in a short period of time, because like I said, on the days where I lift, I usually won't eat till later than like 11 or noon, sometime even into the deep afternoon. I don't like doing it that way, but you know, sometimes that's just the way that it is, and it works great for if like I'm going out to eat and then I have like a lot of calories. That's why, you know, no dinner diet or intermittent fasting is great. But those are some nuggets. I got stuff to do. Happy Tuesday.